I guess eventually we were going to have to leave this room.
Yeah, and what better place to go than Seattle for PAX West?
That's right. September 3rd, 6 p.m., Sandworm Theater. We Have Concerns live in front of people, not in this tiny cave that I enjoy.
We will try to make it feel as much like this horrible anxiety chamber as possible, and we hope you'll join us.
That's a promise. You should not have a boat steak. Do not consume a boat steak by any means. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
We got us a story this week that has blown my mind.
Yeah?
It sounds like science fiction. It doesn't sound possible to me, and yet here we are. And in fact, I did some Googling to make sure that this wasn't one of those bogus stories that we sometimes get. And it's not. This is legit. This was sent to us by a number of people, including Steve Upton, who sent this to wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com. I think this was also posted on the Facebook group that we have and in the subreddit. People wanted us to see this, and I understand why.
I don't know. The Facebook group this week has been mostly stories about dumb shit people have done while they're drunk.
Oh, well, maybe there's that.
Which is like, I get it, Facebook. The Facebook group, those stories are funny. Pull it back, Facebook group. Stay focused, Facebook group. Get your head in the game.
Well, I've
talked you up quite a bit.
Don't make me look bad.
Don't make me feel bad about doing that, Facebook group. Pull it back. Let's get back to the science.
This might inspire Facebook group because this is extraordinary. Basically, some researchers in Ohio at Ohio State University at the Wexner Medical Center just published a paper about this breakthrough that they had that may change medicine forever. You know how in Star Trek or any really cool positive science fiction future, you know, whatever the anti-dystopian future is.
Are you talking about body positive sci-fi?
Yeah. Super sex positive, body positive.
Hell yeah. That's the kind of sci-fi I can believe in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, totally. Get it on with some blue people.
Here's the thing. If you're doing sci-fi and all of your aliens look like, I don't know, 90s Tool Company pinup ladies.
but
you're like
with paint on them?
Yeah, you're like not doing sci-fi right. That's not it. Like, I think sci-fi is more like Zap Brannigan than anything else. I think good, honest sci-fi is like somewhere in between Kirk and Zap Brannigan on the scale.
Okay.
Maybe like a Mass Effect, right? Where it's just like, it's cool. You got the head of an octopus and the body of a lion.
Right.
And I love you.
And I love you.
And I love you. And it's also, fine that I love you.
There's stuff that's hard about it.
Sure. We don't maybe understand each other's cultures as much as we want to, but like, that's cool. We're learning.
A lot of dialogue between meeting you and getting it on with you.
Well, there should be a lot of dialogue in that anyway, Jeff.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kirk didn't have a lot of dialogue.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No. Oh, you're saying the more positive stuff would have a little bit more dialogue. Right. It would lean more towards the Mass Effect.
Exactly.
Sure. I understand that.
Anyway, you know how also
if there's anybody out there that's got the head of an octopus and the body of a lion,
let's get it on.
Hit me up. I've got my wife and I have our lists. And mine is not famous people. It's just cryptozoological creatures that I hope to meet in my life.
Polymorphs.
Yeah, it's just polymorphs with human or above human intelligence. I don't want you all to think that I'm like weird.
You like handed your list to your wife and she's like, I'm cool with this.
Yeah, what is it? You've got what? You've got the Sphinx? You've got a griffin? You've got Jormungandr.
Is this Griffin McElroy? No. An actual griffin.
No, that's GRI. I'm GRYPH is what I'm talking about.
Anyway, you know how also in those sci-fi shows, Bones or whoever happens to be the medical officer, even in the Mass Effect is like this. They just take the thing, they touch you with the thing for a second and you're fine?
Sure, depending, yeah.
We have that now.
No, we don't,
We're
Jeff.
working on that. We got that.
I'm sure we're working on that, but we're working on that and we got that are two different phrases,
Ohio
Jeff.
State University, Wexler Lab Medical
Buckeyes.
Center. Yeah. Fighting Buckeyes. They introduced a chip. It's about the size of a quarter, maybe a nickel.
It's great. It's real small. It goes into your arm. It tracks your every movement.
You literally place it on your arm.
Okay.
And you touch it for less than a second. and you're done.
What do you mean you're done?
It convinces skin cells to be other kinds of cells to help you repair your wounds.
So you touch it directly to the wound?
No, you just touch it.
You apply directly to the forehead?
Yeah. What is that called? What is that? Rub
Head on?
Head on.
Yeah.
Apply directly to head.
Kids, ask your parents.
Yeah. So they haven't done this on humans yet. I want to be very clear up front. We haven't tried this on humans yet, although they're super anxious to try it on humans. Everything they say in the article is like, we really want to try this on humans. They've tried it on pigs and mice. It has a 98% success rate. It is a tiny little microchip. They're calling it Tissue Nanotransfection, or TNT.
TNT!
Can fix your arm now. TNT! Yeah, they're teaming with ACDC.
Kids, ask your drunk uncle.
So what they do, the example that they give, mouse has tore up leg, just tore up leg.
Okay, bad leg is mouse.
Bad leg is mouse. We probably did that to mouse.
Yeah, for another thing we're doing in another room in Ohio State University.
It's called, how far can we drop this mouse onto its leg?
Yeah, it's a very scientific experiment. They have a lot of funding.
Yeah. And if there's not blood vessels going to that wound, it's not going to heal. This is something that happens. You have a wound that will not heal, has problems because it's so tore up that blood vessels don't feed it blood, don't heal.
Okay.
They literally touch this chip to the mouse for less than a second. It tells the skin cells to turn into blood vessel cells, and it heals. And it takes like 2 weeks, but it only took a second. They never have to reapply it. And then over the next 2 weeks,
the mouse bleeds out.
No, the leg heals.
Oh, okay.
It heals.
I was going to say, how's that mouse bleeding for 2 weeks while this thing heals?
Yeah.
What else are they doing? They're obviously doing some other things to that wound, but they're touching to help it heal. Because I mean, like, dude, if mouse is torn open, you don't got 2 weeks if you're torn open.
Well, I think it's like internal issues. There's like the legs all ripped up, and
okay.
They show
So what is this chip? Because this sounds like some sort of rune that they pulled from like a crash site.
It does, right?
Yeah,
we don't know. We didn't make it.
It's just a smooth stone that calls to you in the night, and when you place it on things, you're healed. And then you also want to do things for the Great Overlord. Who is the Great Overlord? I don't know.
The hieroglyph just showed putting it on something and making that thing whole again. And then a couple of pictures later, everyone's dead. But we haven't gotten to that last picture yet. It's fine for now.
It's fine for now, and that might be a completely unrelated picture.
We're certainly that is. That's probably the meteor that hit later.
Yeah,
nothing to do with this.
No, who even knows how to read hieroglyphs? Am I right?
Right. So basically, it says that you literally reprogram skin cells to become vascular cells in badly injured legs that lack blood flow.
How does this chip do that, though?
They don't say.
It's just a chip.
Yeah, it says by using our novel nanochip technology.
Oh, this is
injured or compromised organs can be replaced.
This is bad.
We have shown that skin is a fertile land where we can grow the elements of any organ that is declining.
Oh, this is a dark Babylonian god. The skin is a fertile land. It wishes to grow. All you must do is command the skin to grow.
Find the most fertile skin.
Bring it to me.
Give it to me as an offering.
And I will heal your mouse. You know, this sounds like... This is not a good return on investment. I'm not going to skin someone. I love this mouse.
So many whole mice at the end of this experiment. The hieroglyph is sad people, chip, and then an army of mice.
Yeah. Does it heal people? We don't know.
We haven't found that out yet.
The dark god keeps asking for mice. The skin is a fertile land. Yeah. I don't like the way they're talking about this. They have nothing to say about the technology or the theory behind this.
Okay, TNT technology has two major components. First is a nanotechnology-based chip designed to deliver cargo to adult cells in the live body. Second is the design of specific biological cargo for cell conversion. So what part of that do you not understand?
So you put the chip on. The chip has these tiny little... they're basically little transport chips. And little nano transport ships go out and they have some sort of biological marker or quantity or quality, some sort of biological thing inside of them that gets released onto your cells and tells your cells,
convinces the cells they should be something
vascular
else.
now.
Yeah, exactly. And they think that this can really change anything into anything else.
It's tiny little attractive kids with e-meters. That wait for people, that wait for other cells when they're super depressed.
Hey, Cell, I saw you walking over there. You look a little sad.
Oh,
why don't you come over here and sit
you're
down?
attractive and overly friendly.
Yeah, I'm well dressed too, right? Look how crisp and white my shirt is.
Yeah. What's your deal?
Why don't you sit down at this table, grab these two rods?
Okay.
Not that. Don't. People often misunderstand. No, these two metal rods.
Are you sexually harassing me right now?
Just grab these two metal rods, and then we'll begin the process of you fully realizing who you should be.
Sure. Well, I'm a skin cell.
Yeah,
and I've been a skin cell my whole life. And
but think back to before you were a skin cell, when you were just the idea of a skin cell. Were you dissatisfied?
I don't know, because I wasn't anything before I was a skin cell.
Weren't you dissatisfied? Aren't you dissatisfied?
I mean, I'm dissatisfied now for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What does that needle mean? How are my stress levels?
Very high. Off the charts. In fact, you're so stressed out because of what you think you are. You aren't what you are. You are what the Thetans tell you are.
Ooh.
You know what you really are?
Oh,
vascular cell.
I know what this is.
Vascular cell.
No, I know what this is. And
Back in the ancient times, the great god delivered all the skin cells into one giant volcano planet. And that's how skin became skin.
It's tiny Scientology is the way this works.
Itty bitty baby Scientology.
Itty bitty baby Scientology. Okay. I would like to know what this stuff is that's changing these cells around, but I think this is great.
It's incredible. They're saying they may even be able to do it to brains. They will be able to do it to any kind of organ. They plan to start clinical trials next year on humans.
Boy, I bet
98% success rate on mice and pigs.
I bet the people next door in the mouse drop lab feel really bad about what they have done with their lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The day that they went to the Sorting Hat and got mouse drop lab instead
that's how it works.
They
went to the science Sorting Hat and decided. I just feel like they go to faculty meetings like once a month, and they're or like a sit down dinner, an informal whatever, and like everybody's like, okay, so lab 302.
That's us, guys. That's
Doctors Henderson and Reed. How tell us a little bit about your work and how that's going.
Well, very proud. We used the grant money to buy the largest ladder at Home Depot. And
this is $250,000 in grant money.
Largest ladder at Home Depot. Turns out our actual facility's roof was a little too low for this ladder, so we went outside.
Okay,
we're really excited about this. We got some of that caution tape, and we cautioned off a 20 by 20 area, and we set up the ladder, and then we got our bucket of mice. We took them to the top of the ladder, and we just dropped them right off that bad boy.
And what were your findings?
Well, all of the mice broke on impact. All of them. It was a lot of broken mice. They didn't all break in the same ways. There's a chart here showing you the different ways. It turns out when you drop them face down, their face breaks. When you drop them legs down, their legs break. We're pretty satisfied with these findings.
Okay. Lab 303. Dr. Steinberg and Dr. Smith.
Oh, hello. Yes.
How is your work going? Oh, we cured injury.
Yes.
It doesn't happen anymore.
No, we just we have a magical light switch, and you flip the light switch, and everything's great.
Yeah, but how tall a ladder do you own?
Yeah, your ladder's probably not that big.
So as early as next year, human testing.
That's what they're saying, man. 98% win rate on this bad boy.
And this works on any kind of wound?
They say that they think that it will be able to convince any cell to be any kind of organ. Isn't that crazy? It sounds insane. It sounds impossible and science fiction-y.
That's alchemy.
Right.
That's just organ alchemy.
Yes.
What's crazy is like we previously thought I mean, we've seen a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, well, it needs to be stem cells, and then as we move forward, we did know that like skin cells could be used in certain ways in certain applications, but not as they didn't do this as well as stem cells. Like as recently as I think like 3 or 4 months ago, we were still talking about how skin cells are pretty good, but stem cells are really what you need
to harvest those embryos to get the stuff we really need. Nope. Turns out, listen to this sentence. With this technology, we can convert skin cells into elements of any organ with just one touch. It sounds like a fucking infomercial on late night cable.
It's okay.
One touch. All you need is one touch. You can convert any organ you want. Did your pancreas fall out? One touch.
Half the time, I scan a QR code with my phone and it doesn't work.
I know.
You know, like or like my PlayStation, when I turn it on, literally recognizes everyone's face as mine. How is this chip
the craziest thing too is
seeing exactly what is going on and doing the thing it needs to do? It's 98% of the time.
We have to thank the insane God that lives inside the chip.
Skin truly is a fertile land.
It doesn't even need laboratory-based procedures. It can be implemented at the point of care. So like an EMT guy just comes to you fell out of the tree, your leg's broken, he comes, he puts the chip, you touch for 1 second, he leaves. A week later, you're running a marathon. I think that's how it works.
That sounds wrong. This sounds more like I don't know, you're in a car accident and you have like a really deep, horrible wound that they're like, we're not going to make it to the ER.
Just touch the chip.
And then it just starts.
Touch the chip, man. Touch the chip.
I don't know. It's glowing and it's humming in a really weird way.
Touch the chip.
I don't know. I might rather bleed out.
The chip wants to touch you.
I can feel that. And that's what's messing with me.
Right. No, what's messing with you is that wound on your
I know. And
abdomen.
I'm about to slip into shock. But before I do, I want to go see a real doctor.
No, just me and my team of mice will help you. It'll be fine.
I've never talked to mouse before. And I feel like I am definitely dying.
Look into the eyes of mouse.
Because this is not...
They're beady.
Look into the beady eyes of mouse. The skin is a fertile land. This is amazing. I mean, it does sound like maybe EMT is not well, EMT would be part of this, but it sounds like it does take a long time to heal.
Yeah.
So maybe EMT applies this to you,
this is
closes up the wound, still takes you to the hospital.
Well, just because it's fun to go on trips.
It begins doing its work.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. If they could get this, I want to see what it does to human.
The craziest thing about this is every picture associated with this is them putting it on a human. And they're like, we haven't tried this on humans. It's like, how did the photo session happen?
They're really like pushing this. And it's like, that there's somebody at the FDA or whoever is supposed to be approving this thing that's just like looking at the photos and it's just like, ugh, we get it, Gary. We get it. We can't speed this along. It goes the same speed for you as it does for everyone else.
Look how good it looks on the skin.
I get it, Gary.
That's my assistant, Taylor.
I know who Taylor is.
Yeah,
you have Taylor call me 3 times a day to ask about the paperwork.
I know, but look how nice it looks on his skin. He's fine. He's fine.
He was fine before.
Well,
Taylor didn't really have an injury. You posed this.
That's true. Can you tell because of the lighting? Is it the lighting?
I think it's the lighting, and I think maybe it's like Taylor looks a little too aware of the camera.
Yeah, I gotta talk to him about that.
Taylor really needs to like live more in the moment, you know? Sometimes you do more by doing less.
It's the eyes, right?
It is the eyes. I mean, maybe like a couple Meisner exercises with Taylor would really help.
Right at the camera.
Yeah, sure. That's number one, I think.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how far this goes. I'm excited to see what happens with this next year. I am a little weirded out by this, but I am super, super stoked for this to be like, I don't know, maybe the next big leap.
This makes me feel like anything is possible. It's one of those things that gives me hope. Could you imagine all of a sudden we treat crazy injuries with just touching a thing? That's insane.
I can, and it seems weird to me, and I'm ready to believe.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about this? You creeped a little?
Yeah, is it too good to be true?
Do you want more explanation?
What about the mice?
Where did all the mice go? where did they all go? Even though there really weren't many mice involved in this. I love that we're like starting a mouse conspiracy about it.
So
let us know how you feel about this on Twitter. I'm at @Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those mouse conspiracy. And hey, y'all. This story was submitted to us, I believe, via the emails.
That's right.
Which is wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com. You can also submit stories on our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/wehaveconcerns. It's also a great place to talk about episodes with fellow concerned citizens. You can also do the same. Or whatever. But like less about like hilarious drunk stories.
Yeah. Anthony's getting a little annoyed by that.
And then you can also do all of the same things, but like more Reddity on our subreddit.
Yeah, so much more Reddity.
It's so much more Reddity. That's wehaveconcerns.reddit.com.